channel. Today we are going to discuss about active or passive. What is voice actually? The voice of a word tells whether the subject of the sentence performs or receives the action. Here we have example, birds build nests. So this one is the simple sentence. So we will change into simple passive form. Here as you can see, this is simple past. So it will be nests are built by birds. Then we have bird builds nest. I wrote the same sentence in a singular form just to remind you that when we have singular subject we have to use the singular verb. But one thing you must keep in your mind, while you are changing your object into the subject, you have to be very careful, because maybe in active the subject is singular but the object is plural, and while you are changing the same plural object into the subject, then you have to use the plural verb, as you can see here. For example, here we have singular bird only, but here we have nests. So while you are changing, the R will remain R here, because verb we use for the subject, whatever, while you are changing into passive anyway. So here we have bird builds nest. Again, this is the active sentence. Then we have the passive form. Nest is built by birds. Then we have types of voices. Active voice. The subject performs the action expressed by the verb. In passive, the subject receives the action expressed by the verb. So here in active, subject performs the action, but passive subject receives the action. Here we have few rules. Rules of conversation from active to passive voice. Now these rules are for passive. Number 1. Identify the subject, the verb and the object. So the rule is subject plus verb plus object. Number 2. Change the object into subject. Number 3. Put the suitable helping verb or auxiliary verb. Now here helping verb and auxiliary verb are actually same. Either you call it helping verb or the auxiliary verb. Then we have number 4. Change the verb into past participle of the verb. We have to use the third form, past participle. For example, if first form is eat, second will be ate, and third will be eaten. So you are going to, when you change into passive, you have to choose the third one, eaten. Always in passive we use third form or past participle. Then we have number 5, add the preposition by. Number 6, change the subject into object. For example, there are many rules. You must be thinking it's difficult, but no, it's very easy. Here we have the example, active voice, Samir wrote a letter. Now this is our simple sentence. Simple past, Samir, subject, wrote, verb, a letter, object. So we will change this object into the subject and this subject into the object, and wrote, because this is past, so we will write was and third form. As you can see here, Samir wrote a letter. Passive form will be a letter was written by Samir. The rules for auxiliary verb for passive voice is different for each tense. Number 1, simple present tense. Now active voice, she writes a letter. As you can see here, this sentence is in a simple form and shows a habitual action. She writes a letter. So as you can see, she is singular and we have s here with the verb, so we will use is. A letter is written by her. So this subject, she, change into her. This object, a letter, is at the beginning as a subject, and this one writes is, because we have s here, so is written, as you can see. Then we have a simple past tense. Active voice. He did not buy a book. Now this is also simple past. We will change into simple form. A book was not bought by him. He changed into him. A book became our subject. Did not buy. We change into was not bought. Third form. Always. And because of did, we are using here was because this shows that this one is the past tense. Then we have simple future tense. Active voices. She will write a poem. So she will write a poem. A simple future tense. Passive will be simple also. Only we will use be here. The poem will be written. Third form, as usual, by her. She will be changed into objective form, her. Present progressive tense. Progressive you can call either progressive or continuous, both are same, means something that is happening right now, or something that was for past, something that was happening in the past. But continuous, the work that is going on either in the present, either in the past. Active voice, they are eating oranges. Okay, they are eating oranges. So passive voice will be here, oranges will be your subject. They will be object, so they will turn into them in objective case. Now here for ing, r is r as usual. Eating ing form, so this eat is the first form. You will take the third one as I told you. So here you have eaten, but for ing you have to use being, that has ing itself, you can see here. So this small thing you have to keep in your mind. Very easy, not difficult. Again we are repeating here, see, they, them will change into them. Oranges, eating what? Oranges, that is our object, so we will change into subject. Are eating, so here are will be are, that is helping verb will remain here. Eat we will change into eaten, and ing we will use as being, are being eaten for progressive. Then we have past progressive tense. Active voice is she was washing a shirt. Now in past she was washing. So the simple, we will follow the same rule. She will be the object, her, because this is objective case of she. Then was is was here, ing is being, and wash will, we know that we have to take the third form, that will be washed. So as you can see, a shirt was being washed by her. How simple it is. Then we have present perfect tense here, active voice. Has she completed the work? Now this is a question form, but this one is the perfect tense, because when we are using has or have, already we are using the third form in our perfect tenses. Here we are asking the question, this is, and you have to keep one thing in your mind, have and has is already there, or had for the past in perfect tenses. But you will use, while you are changing into passive, you have to use being. This is for the perfect tense. So here passive voice is, has the work been completed by her? As you can see, because it's the question, so the helping verb is here at the beginning to make it question. Or you can either change into simple form, not in a question form. Declarative sentence will be, she has completed the work. Past perfect tense. Active voice, they had won the match. Passive voice, the match had been won by them. Now they will be changed into them, as you can see here. Had will remain had. One is as usual third form, so we are using the same, but because this is perfect tense, so we are using being here. Then future perfect, active voice, he will have received the letter. Then the passive, the letter will have been received by him. Now here, as you can see, we are using will, so will remain here, have is have, Then because this is the perfect form, because of this have, we know that this is the perfect form, so we will use been here. Then tip number 1, these are very important, you have to remember. If the given sentence is the active voice is in the imperative form, to get the passive voice use let. Now we have 4 kind of sentences: declarative, imperative, interrogative and exclamatory. So imperative form is a form in which you tell someone to do something in the sentence. That is called imperative. Forming of passive voice: let plus object plus be plus past participle, that is third form. Whenever you are changing either whatever the sentence is, whatever the type of sentence is, you have to use the third form, you have to keep in your mind while changing into passive. Then we have example, help me. Now we know that we have to use this one first. Let me be helped. So by change into be. Then we have active voice. Open the door. Let the door be opened. So this is a simple rule that you have to keep in your mind. This is only for the imperative sentence while you order someone or you tell someone to do something. It can be request, not order only. So here, tip number 2. Helping verbs like am, is, are, was, were, will, have, should, could, will. Now these are the helping verbs. If the question in the active voice begins with a helping verb, the passive voice must also begin with a suitable helping verb. When you are saying any question, here we have the example, are you writing a letter? As you are beginning here, this is the question, you are asking something. So you are beginning the sentence with are, then the same. As I told you before that while you are changing into passive, you have to use a verb for the subject. So here is a letter. Now here are is used for you. We know that we always either use a singular or plural, we have to use are. Here is, we are using, it won't be are a letter because we are using this is for this a letter singular of course. So is being written, we know ing, the rules of ing. So being written, third form as usual, by you. Then again we have active, will you write a letter? Now this is the future tense. Will a letter be written? Because we always use be with the future tense, will be written. So will a letter be written by you? Then we have what, when, who, why, how. These are the question words. So whenever if the question begins with WH or how form, here we have two examples. The passive voice must begin with the same, only who gets replaced by whom. So whenever you begin any question by using these question words WH or how, only for who is the rule that you will change into whom, by whom. So here we have active, why did you break the box? So you is subject, break is a verb, the box is our object. We will keep the sentence as it is. This one is the simple interrogative tense, so we will use why was the box broken? By you. So for did was third form, by you. But for who, as I told you, we have to use by whom. Who broke the window? By whom was the window broken? Very simple. Cases where no passive form exists. So these are the cases where we don't use passive forms. So this is present perfect continuous. Then we have past perfect continuous, or future continuous, or future perfect continuous. So these are the 4 situations where passive form doesn't exist actually. Then we have here, let's do some exercise. The thieves have been arrested by the police. As you can see here, the thieves, our subject, Have been. Have shows that this is the perfect tense. So been is used, and this one is already in the passive voice. We are going to change into active voice. So this is our object that we will write as a subject, the police. Police have arrested the thieves. As you can see how easy it is. He has been invited to their party. So the same here, they have invited him to their party. We have shipped your order. Whenever you order online, while you track your order, you see this message. So how to change this one? Here we have shipped your order. So this is our, your order is the object here that we will use as a subject. So your order has been shipped. Has been shipped. Now here, what's the difference? We have, because we is plural, that's why we use have. But here, your order, that is singular, that's why we will use has. So there is a little change in the sentence that you have to keep in your mind, that always we are using helping verb or the verb for the subject. The girl recited the poem beautifully. The poem was beautifully recited by the girl. Simple past, we are using simple past, we will change. The guests enjoyed the party. The party was enjoyed by the guests. Okay, we already did this one. Then we have the child impressed everyone with his polite manner. So here, everyone was impressed with the polite manner of the child. You can change in either way. Here, we are using this of the child is our prepositional phrase. A girl from Chennai won the first prize. Now here you have to pay attention. Girl is your subject, not Chennai. From Chennai is our prepositional phrase. So a girl won the prize, the first prize actually. So this is your subject, that will be your object, and this is your object, that will be the subject. So the first prize was won by a girl from Chennai. So we know that prepositional phrase either you can write in the middle of the sentence, at the beginning of the sentence, or at the end of the sentence. It will present the same thought. Then the readers like the latest book of the writer. The latest book of the writer is liked by the reader. So I hope that you enjoyed today's lesson and you learn all these rules and points. See you in our next video. Till then, take care. Bye bye. If you like my video, please don't forget to like and subscribe my channel. Thank you.